Hi, and welcome back to Your Health Your Way. I'm Kurt, and I have a special guest today, my sister Kim Hughes, who is a certified massage therapist and certified Reiki master. And today we're going to take a kind of a turn. We talk a lot about health and about living our lives in the healthiest way possible. But for a lot of people, a lot of religions, a lot of spiritual people, for whatever have you, there is more to it than what we do in this life, but there's also something for a lot of us afterward. So one of the things that a Reiki master can do is kind of help some people that want to transition from this life into the next dimension, whatever that dimension may be, based on your religious or spiritual values and beliefs. And I want to talk to Kim a little bit today about how she uses Reiki, and we'll talk a little bit about what Reiki is. And I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time getting into introductions. Kim has held her own practice for how many years?
12.
12 years. Had her own practice in massage therapy and Reiki. So I want to share her experiences with our audience. So to start with, Kim, what started you down the path of healing in general?
My healing path started when I became very depressed and had a lot of anxiety, severe depression. And I went to the doctor and they wanted to put me on some antidepressant, and I chose not to take that path. For me, it didn't seem like it would be the right way to go. I wanted to naturally deal with what I needed to deal with, and I came across Reiki that way. And Reiki is a mode of healing where you need to heal yourself before you can heal other people.
Okay.
And that seemed like the right path for me to take.
Okay. Now, for people that aren't familiar with what Reiki is, can you give us just a real brief overview, kind of a top-level view of what Reiki is? Why is it important to the healing process, or why can it be important to the healing process?
Reiki is a connection to whatever greater good you have in your life, whether it be in a spiritual way or even in nature or whatever. And it deals with chakras and love, and it just...
Okay, so love kind of seems to be a common theme in a lot of healing practices. We talk about, when we look at a lot of spiritual practices, whether they're organized religion or not organized religion, we talk about reaching self-love, or loving your neighbors as you love yourself. And so Reiki is really kind of part of that same thing too,
yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's an important process for Reiki in reaching out to yourself, and that involves a lot of energy, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how is it that Reiki then is used? We take that energy, or some people can really synonymously pull energy and love together and use that in a way to help other people heal, help themselves heal. And I guess by other people, I don't necessarily just mean humans. And so how is it that you personally have used Reiki?
Well, I began by using Reiki on myself first, because in order to become a Reiki master, you go through 63 days of clearing, of meditation and clearing, and you work on your chakras,
Okay.
Which are your energy centers, and you meditate on those every day. So then I went from there and I started using it in my massage practice on my clients. And sometimes people ask for it and sometimes they don't. And now I use it on people. I use it on people I love, but I use it also on animals, and more specifically animals that I see that have passed away on the side of the road or whatever.
And those life forces are no less important than any human's life force. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, is Reiki energy something that you instigate from yourself, like a force field that you might see from a Jedi Knight in Star Wars, or is that energy from some other medium?
Reiki energy is a connection to, like I said before, some sort of greater good, some sort of life force. It is not something that I can give to anybody. It is something that comes through me. It is something that is chosen to be given to a person or an animal or a plant or whatever.
Okay. So it functions through the practitioner, not of the practitioner.
Yep. And when you become a practitioner, when you become a Reiki master, you're being trained, you're being attuned to being a channel for that love to come through.
Right. Okay. So that's a really important aspect to Reiki, and a very important understanding in any kind of spiritual healing, is that understanding that energy functions through us, really, as we are the mediums. Energy functions through all of us as a medium, not of us necessarily.
Right.
It's an all-encompassing thing that we all kind of share together. And when we talk about the symbiosis of love and energy, then you can kind of correlate that field of energy / love as something that is shared through everything, and not just of each of us individually.
Absolutely.
So, when you practice Reiki, is that something that, when you practice Reiki on humans or other animals, is there a difference that you feel in the energy that passes through you between you and a person, or you and another animal, or is it an individual thing?
I think it's an individual thing. Obviously, when I do it on most animals, and I pretty much do it every day, because every day I drive on the road and I see a poor animal that's been hit by a car or whatever. I think it's the same no matter what. It's just, whatever that situation is called for.
Okay. What's your own opinion on what universal life force is?
Well, for me, universal life force is love. I've always kind of, envisioned it in my head as a layer of the universe that is just pure energy love.
Okay.
And so that's what I try to connect to in my mind's eye.
Excellent. Brilliant. You talked about chakras. What are chakras? Not necessarily each of the individual chakras, but what kind of an overview of what are the chakras?
Well, there are 7 chakras in our body, according to Reiki. And each one is centered on a color. It can be centered on a certain mineral. It can be centered on food. It can be centered on all sorts of different things. But the 2 main ones are our connection to the earth, which is the root chakra, and our connection to the universe and love, which is the crown chakra. Okay.
So when a spirit actually leaves its physical incarnation, what we often refer to as death of the physical body, which chakra is the preferred method for that spirit to go through?
So it would be your crown chakra. And typically what I would do if I see an animal that has been killed on the side of the road or whatever, and I've done this actually for people as well, is I align the chakras, because a lot of times if something's been killed in a tragic way, it's thought that the chakras may scatter.
Okay.
And so I try to align them, and then you visualize a column of light, which would be the crown chakra, or universal connection to love, and then you send the energy into that column of light and bless it and send it.
Okay.
to love.
Great. Great. And so that's the method really through a Reiki practitioner's eyes. But I think that we're all involved in energy exchange, whether we know it or not. We are all, as living beings on this planet, we're involved in energy exchange, or living beings throughout the universe are all involved in energy exchange. How can we conduct ourselves to flourish as just individual citizens of the universe in the concepts of Reiki? And what sorts of practices can we meditate on in our lives?
I think the greatest practices that you can develop are your connection to the earth and your connection to universal love, and then the balance in between.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing love from the universe into your life, rooting it down into the earth, sharing it with the people around you.
Great, excellent. So, bottom line, I guess, Reiki is energy, energy is love, and there's a lot of symbiosis between the energies that are shared through all living things in the universe. So, I want to thank you for watching this session of Your Health Your Way, and thank my sister Kim Hughes for joining us on this. Again, certified massage therapist and Reiki practitioner for 12 years. So,
All right, thank you.
thank you again.
And fade out.